Good morning to you all, beloved viewers, and welcome to today's video on Waiting to Roar. To start with, I want to say thank you, and thank you a million times to all my viewers, those who liked, share, and subscribed to this channel. Your support is immense, and from the depth of my heart, I want to say thank you. Today's video is on a true Pan-Africanist, who I choose to call the regime of African politics, Julius Malema. I have done a video on his speeches to inspire his people, how he will address the land issue, whether he is the next president of South Africa, and so on. Today, I am taking a look at some of the clues into his presidency, that is, some of the things he is likely to do when he becomes the president of South Africa. Watch this video.
Learning from Germany, what worked, what did not work. Take the good things, leave the bad things. Why capitalism always resort to Chinese principles, to socialist principles, every time they get into trouble? When the banks failed in 2008 and put the world into a financial crisis, it was socialist principles that took the world out of that crisis through state intervention. Where was capital at that time? If we go now, we're in Pretoria now. Let's go to commercial crimes or go to liquidation or high court and all of that. Every day without fail, there are private companies that are being liquidated there. Who said if it's capitalist owned or private owned, it's inherently successful? Who said that? So it's an ideological debate we can have. We know what happened in Eastern Germany. We know what happened in the Soviet Union. We know what's happening in China.
Beloved viewers, our first clue into his presidency is that South Africa is going to be a socialist economy, a system based on collective ownership or public ownership of the means of production, with emphasis on economic equality.
Africa is in alliance with Russia, with India, with Brazil, with China. So why are you asking me as if it's some policy that is going to be implemented after I took over? South Africa is in alliance with Russia now.
South Africa right now calls itself non-aligned.
In the context of the war, but these are two different things. South Africa is an ally of Russia. Now, the second question is, where does South Africa stand on the war? It says I'm a non-aligned in relation to war, but Russia remains South Africa's friend. So we cannot create confusion around there. Don't create an impression that it is Malema who's going to come and create an alliance with Russia.
But there are some very specific...
Actually, I will go beyond that. I will go beyond the friendship with Russia, and in the war, I will align with Russia, and I will even supply the weapons to Russia. Because Russia is in a war with imperialism, and any agenda that seeks to push back imperialist agendas, it's well within the policies of the EF.
Our second clue into his presidency is that South Africa will maintain her present foreign policy, and in addition, or we take on board any policy that helps to push back imperialist agenda. Well, that's a very important one, because we all do know the evil of neocolonialism and imperialism in the world
It's
today.
not about a black or white. All of us, we need to surrender our land to the state and give that state an opportunity to allocate it for proper use. You can shake your hand, I'm proposing a peaceful solution. You're refusing it, you will surrender it to the revolution.
The land issue in South Africa will be addressed. The question is how. He told us earlier that South Africa is going to be a socialist economy. That means all land in South Africa will be surrendered to the state. I do not know whether this will resolve the land issue. I heartily call for collective understanding to resolve the land issue once and for all.
African brothers and sisters from our continent, the richest continent in the world and the most beautiful and most diverse continent in the world. We are here today to salute the fighting spirit of revolutionaries who resisted colonialism and subjugation of the black majority. We therefore are here to salute all liberation heroes and heroines, the kings and the queens who resisted colonial invasion, and the freedom fighters who refused to bow to the colonial masters. Africa Day is a celebration and recognition of Pan-Africanism. This day is a day where we celebrate ourselves. This day is a day where we tell the whole world and those who care to listen that we are Africans and we are proud. We are not ashamed of being Africans. We are not ashamed of being black. We call people Zimbabweans. We call people Malawians. We call people who come from outside Makwerekwere. Whereas we are Makwerekwere ourselves because we come from where those people come from. None of us come from here. We came from the north and found the Khoi and the San here in Southern Africa, and we settled here. The Khoi and the San welcomed us here. So we should welcome others as well, the same way we were welcomed here. Know your history. You will appreciate our fellow brothers and sisters from Africa. Nothing common about the Commonwealth except that we're all colonized by Britain. As a revolutionary party that is going to take over South Africa next year, we are going to leave the Commonwealth. We will not be dictated by IMF, will not be dictated by the World Bank, will be dictated to by the people of South Africa. We want to say to Commandant Fidel Castro that we stand with the Cubans and they remain an anchor of our struggle for socialism across the world. We need peace and to silence the guns in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Sudan. We need to openly, as a glorious movement, say that another African must never enjoy seeing a blood of another African. What is happening in Eastern DRC is highly unacceptable, where more than 12,000 people are killed and the world is not saying anything. We need peace in the Eastern DRC. Comrades, we don't have to fight over expanding territories into Mozambique, into Central African Republic, into Congo Brazzaville, into Zambia, including infiltrating Benin, because Africa is one. Why do you want to extend your territory as a country? For what? Because we want one Africa with one currency, with one military, with one judiciary, with one president of the United Republic of Africa. We need Africa to be bigger in order to fight all of these people.
Finally, Julius Malema recognizes the role of Pan-Africanists in the struggle against apartheid and the fight against neocolonialism and imperialism in Africa. So, we expect him to further strengthen Pan-Africanism. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your immense support. Please keep on liking, sharing, and subscribing if you have not. And stay blessed. Bye.